Hey guys, after a long hiatus, we're back. We've been off for the holidays, but now we're back, and it's the Entirely X Gaming Podcast. I'm your lead host for this episode, that's Ben Frampton. Mike and Taylor can't join us this week because they're being boring adults. But with me, we have our badass host, Joe.
Not that much of a badass, but hi.
It's better than the intro you put in, dude. And we've also got a special guest to start the year off. We have Billz with us. So Billz, say hey.
Hey, what's up, guys?
So I feel like we need to introduce you to people, Billz. Like people probably know you more than they know us at this point, but we'll introduce you to anyone who hasn't heard of you yet. So, do you want to talk us through, what you do in the gaming community, what kind of content you generate, and who you are?
Sure. I play a lot of Xbox games, and I mostly cover the ID games, the ID at Xbox games, because they come out every week, and I make a lot of guides for them and make reviews for them. I post most guides on True Achievements, but I have a YouTube called Achievement Land.
Awesome. I do like meeting people like you because you are effectively the people that do all the hard work so I can get the easy stuff.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So people who want to know who to thank, this is one of the guys you gotta thank. So, Billz, I realise that you probably haven't spent much time listening to some of our shows. You never know. Could have, but likelihood not. So, what we usually do first at the beginning of a show is that we talk about what we've been throwing our money at for the week. So, I think I'll start off this one. I think it's going to be a bit of a different one this time because there's been such a gap between this show and our last show. But I think I'll talk about some stuff I got for Christmas because let's talk about the fun things and some random terrible games I've been spending money on. So, I got myself some boxing gloves, but more importantly, I got a couple of indie games, a couple of things that I'm gonna try and smash through because I'm very close to catching someone in terms of gamer score that I've been chasing for 3 years. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, but we might be getting there now.
Who is it?
What's that?
Who is it?
It's a friend I've got called Jim. He's been ahead of me for the entire time that I've been on Xbox, but I'm like 3,000 Gs behind him now. Striking distance.
You got this, man.
It's one of these things though. I know as soon as I pass him, he's gonna shit out a load of Gs. So it's gonna have to be a stealthy pass.
Like slow
But
cook
yeah.
it?
Yeah, just slowly creep up on him, and then as soon as I get past, just crap out like 10,000, and just be like, right, what are you gonna do?
It's like Stallion and that other guy.
Smirnoff, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's ahead on the leaderboard now?
I think Smirnov is.
Yeah, I think he's got like a 40,000 point lead now.
That's crazy.
That's dedication, because I'm talking about chasing this friend of mine for 3 years, but the entire time I've seen Xbox, I've known that Smirnoff has been like right behind Stallion and chasing him.
Keeping him on his
Must
toes.
have been quite a moment for him to overtake.
He's pretty humble about it.
What, Smirnoff?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I bet deep down though it's like he is competitive about it.
Maybe.
I'll tell you what's going to be really interesting though is that because Stallion posted the record thing that he got for being the first to 2 million Gs. I wonder what Smirnov's going to do now that he's overtaken him. I wonder if he's got a plan as to how he's going to get himself in that record book. I mean, first to 3 sounds like a bit of an extended job.
I've met them both. They're both nice guys.
I don't doubt. I think we've had Omega D's on a couple of times. He wrote the theme tune, I think, for the show. I think he's cousins to Stallion, I think. So
Yeah, no, they're
we've got
related.
that tenuous link. Yeah. So, such a small achievement world.
Yeah, I met both of them at PAX's. They're both cool dudes.
Yeah. But yeah, and what else did I spend money on? I spent money on a game called Rento, which is like a Monopoly ripoff as far as I can tell, so that's gonna be hilarious.
That game
Gonna
is
be
actually
terrible.
not bad.
Is it not?
I actually liked it.
I am pleasantly surprised.
The controls are a little wonky, but I don't know. It just seems like an okay Monopoly clone.
Is it long or is it easy?
Oh, it's a grind.
Wonderful. Just what I needed. Another terrible long game that's gonna... Right, this is coming from the person who fucking completed Frozen Freefall or whatever that fucking game was.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I'm dedicated to the grind on terrible games that I commit to, but just really wished I'd not started that one. That's a good one, actually. Of all the games you've played, Billz, which one do you regret starting the most?
Oof, I got a lot of those. I don't know. There was like one recently, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. But there's so many games
Tracks?
that I've tried. No, that was easy. I like that one. That wasn't bad at all. There's some games that I regret starting that are just too hard that I don't know. I don't want to put the time into. And then there's ones with broken achievements. There's
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna make a video soon about. There's so many games with broken achievements. It's ridiculous.
It's like a warning video.
Pretty much.
I've got like 3 that just came to my mind, like just as I was sat here thinking, what would my answer be for the one that I regret? And I was like, Sea of Thieves, because I started that not realizing how much time would need to be committed to thousand it.
I know that game gets so much hate, but I actually really like that game. I just like the whole concept of just being able to go on a boat and pull up my anchor and sail around. But the achievements
I liked,
suck.
yeah, I liked going around on the boat, easy enough. I didn't like getting one-shotted by random people jumping on with a blunderbuss. That got kind of old, kind of quick.
I'm the worst at fighting. Every time I end up like going against somebody, I always lose. I don't know. I need some practice.
Yeah. It's just, there's got to be a way to do it. I haven't figured it out yet, but I got really, really annoyed at that game after a while because I realized that all the quests were kind of the same. If they put more effort into making the things you can do in the game a bit more fun, I think that game would have had a lot better.
Yeah, it is.
Longevity.
It's very repetitive. You do the same thing over and over. I definitely agree with that.
One of the others I thought of instantly was Goat Simulator. Now, I'll point out that this wasn't all of Goat Simulator. I enjoyed most of Goat Simulator in a weird sort of twisted demon goat sort of way. But Flappy Goat.
Oh man.
Fucking Flappy Goat.
Flappy
right?
Goat wasn't even that bad.
Don't give me that, Joe. Next time you can do fucking Flappy Goat for me.
Okay, like, bro, it took me like 10 minutes to get the first one, and then, like, on one of the versions, I got it on the first try on the next one.
Nah, man, I sat there for 3 hours. I kept getting to like 6 or 7 barriers past, and then just hitting that 8th one.
I remember one was so much harder. I forgot which one. I think it was the 360.
Never again.
You just gotta be like
Never
aggressive.
again.
You gotta be aggressive with like getting like you gotta like hold out as long as you can and a little bit longer than you think you can. Like you gotta wait on it or whatever. Like to the point where it almost like falls to the ground and you gotta tap or double tap it just to like get it right over.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a good one for a game that I regret starting.
Go.
Darksiders 3.
Ooh. Left field. Why?
I don't know. I just didn't like it. It just doesn't even feel like a new game, like a new gen game.
Is that the new one? The
Yeah.
newest one?
Yeah.
So
just came out.
I have one major bone to pick with that game. I haven't played it, right? I'm gonna be that person right now who shits on a game that I haven't played. But just from a historical background sort of thing, Who do you play in that? You play Fury, don't you?
I don't even know. I wasn't even really paying attention to the story that much. I was
It's
like...
not one of the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Just saying that right now. It's like, oh, what's it? War, and you play Death as well, don't you? In one of them, it's War then Death, I think.
Yeah, the first one I liked a lot. I got into it.
Yeah.
I beat it. I got all the achievements. This one I just couldn't get into it. I just stopped, and I'm like, damn it! I wish I didn't even get an achievement in this.
What do you, Joe? Have you played it, Joe?
No, I didn't even buy it yet, and I buy everything.
That's true. You do buy everything.
I am waiting for that Apocalypse Edition to drop to $200, and then I'm gonna buy it.
Okay.
Being
So
kind of cheap.
Get on it. Mate,
It dropped
if you
to
buy
300.
everything-
It dropped to 300 already, so it's coming.
yeah. It's a coming. But yeah, so I didn't buy that much in terms of games over the holiday period, but this is because of the fallout since November. There's a sneaky reference in there if you want to get it, but yeah, we'll get around to that. So, Billz, what have you spent your money on over the holidays?
Luckily, I didn't have to spend that much because I had most of the games, but I did spend some money on some ACA games. I bought like every one on the Windows 10, and then I bought a bunch
Oh,
more
Jesus.
on Xbox.
Mike would be very happy with you right now. So, which ones have you been? Did you buy like all of them on the Windows in one chunk, or did you have some already, or was it just?
I had a few of them. I had like the first like 2 batches of them, and then I just bought all of them now. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna play because I didn't want to buy certain ones because some of them are like really hard and they're like shmups and I didn't really like them. But I'm like, you know what, I'm just buying every one of them. I don't even care.
Yeah. Yeah, I've played a few of those. Like, I think it was Mike dared me to do the golf one. What was it?
Oh
Which
yeah,
one? There's
Turf
2.
Masters.
I think it was Turf Masters, the one where you've got like 4 courses that you can go on. One's in Japan, and there's like a guide that basically tells you to go on the Japanese one or
Yeah,
the
yeah.
US one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the Japanese one. And the guide was fucking useless. Apologies if that was one of yours, Billz.
No, I didn't make a guide for that. That game is hard.
Yeah.
The high score mode, I can't do it.
I got the 1,000 on that, man. I got that. I was very happy with myself. It took me a while. But
Oh, nice.
it's one of those ones that you've got to just figure out all the controls. You know, once you've got all the controls and how it all works, and once you've figured out that the wind is different every single time you play it, or well, you know, it changes all the time. So what worked for you one time will not work perfectly the next time.
It's just so easy to make a mistake, though. So it's like you get so far and then just one little mistake. Back to the beginning.
You know those games where every now and again you feel like you have to get lucky to get an achievement.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those. But yeah, so you cleared up all the ACAs on the PC. Was there anything else, or was that the biggest outlay for your holidays?
Yeah, I almost bought Battlefield 5 because it was on sale for $30, but I don't know.
Do it, we can play together. When my internet works.
You know, the thing that's stopping me was because I bought Battlefield 1 and I never played it. And I'm like, I'm going to do the same thing again.
Possibly. I think the story is better on this one. Well, one of the story modes I've played, and the multiplayer is better put together as well. Like, the weapons aren't as ridiculous.
I want to try the Royale mode, though, because I've been actually getting into Royale.
Is it the Firestorm or something like that?
Oh, that's what it's called?
Something to do with fire. Someone will no doubt correct me, but yeah, it looks cool.
I was like not about it with Battle Royale, and then I started out with PUBG, and I was like, oh, this is okay. And then I tried Call of Duty Blackout, and I really liked it. And then there's a new one came out, which is called Realm Royale, and I think this is the best one out of everyone.
Really?
I love it so much. It's so fun, and there's so many good things about it, like that are better than the other ones. Like, you get a horse, like you press right on the D-pad, you could just go right onto your horse, so you can go a lot faster.
Excellent. So I can sit there quoting Old Spice adverts for forever,
Yeah. The other thing too is there's a forge, so you can go and you can make weapons and you can also bring back people in your team that die. You can bring them back in the forge. So
That's useful.
Yeah, because like the thing that sucks about battle royale is like you die, it's over, you gotta sit and watch. But now it's like, yo, go to the forge, bring me back.
Not just that, but a lot of the times you would have it where one person in your team would just get randomly shat on by someone coming in and getting lucky, and then you'd murder their whole team, or the rest of your team would murder their whole team, but then you're still a man down for every encounter you have then on. So you get to the end and you're just like, well, it's 4 versus 3, already at a disadvantage. Whereas with that, you can even the playing field out a bit, even if you've got to go find the forge or get some of your people back. It's a clever idea.
Yeah, and it just feels like so balanced too. I don't know, like I feel like in the other games, I don't know, I just get killed right away. Even if I'll have like in Call of Duty, I'll have like the best armor, best gun, and I'm like, dude, I'm dead. Yeah. I'm like, are you serious? But then in this game, I'm like, I play solos. I don't even like playing Battle Royale solo, but I'm like this, I don't even care. It's just I just feel like the guns are good, and the way that you don't get armor, you get like a armor potion, so you can keep filling up. So everyone has the same like kind of armor and health.
Yeah. It's interesting. I mean, what's it called again? Just so that I can have a look, because I've not heard of this before.
Yeah, it's called Realm Royale. It actually comes out this month, but it's going to be free to play. It's made by the people that made Smite and Paladins. But if you want, you can play it now. You just have to go on their site. I think it's like realmroyale.com, and you just download a beta code, and you can play right now.
Yeah, cool. So, I know I'm going to regret asking this, because this is always one of the longer lists of the show, but Joe.
Yes.
What you been wasting your money on?
I only bought a couple games. Like, my sister got me Smash Brothers for Christmas.
Nice.
Cause yeah, cause
Is that the one that's getting? Is that the one that's got Is it got Geralt in it?
Not yet.
Is he coming? I think, or something.
I know. I think what's his name? The Joker from Persona is getting in.
Cool.
I know that. I got that. I went to Target yesterday because they clearance out their Nintendo Select games. So I got Ocarina of Time for the 3DS for $5.
That's pretty swish. Yeah, that's good. So you've been clearing out the bargain basements.
Yeah, which I don't ever get a chance to do. I placed an online order for in-store pickup, and I'm surprised that I got one or whatever. And there were a whole bunch of Donkey Kong Country and Luigi's Mansion and Ocarina of Time and one of the Super Mario 3D games and stuff. They were all $5, and I was happy to get one of them. Which was yeah, because usually when games go that cheap, someone just goes in, hoards them all, and then just flips them. So getting one was cool. I also took advantage of GameStop's buy two used get one this week, and I got Gravity Rush 2 for the PS4. I got 2 PSVR games. I got the Batman Arkham one. Arkham Detective or whatever it's called. I'm not 100% sure. And I got the Psychonauts one.
Oh, cool. So you've been
yeah, kind of picking up stuff that I missed out. I don't even have a PSVR yet. It's just
just for when you get it. Prepared in case of.
Yeah. My neighbor Dan has one, so I could always go over to his house and play with his. Because he's literally a minute walk away. He always invites me over, but I broke my foot the other day, so I'm not very keen on standing and playing video games right now.
Yeah, or walking places, I imagine.
Yeah, no. He keeps asking me if I want to play Beat Saber. I'm like, bro, my foot's messed up. I don't really want to do anything where I have to dance around. I already work. I work on it 8 hours a day. The last thing I want to do is, go home and put more stress on it. I'm probably making it worse.
Probably.
Yeah.
But that game does look super fun though. It basically turns you into a Jedi.
Yeah.
So, very jealous.
And I got the Atari Flashbacks Volume 3 on disc, which I had a lot of trouble finding.
What sort of a lot of trouble? Just couldn't find one anywhere, or couldn't find one for cheap anywhere.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, what kind of trouble was it? Couldn't find one anywhere, or couldn't find one for cheap anywhere?
It's not on Amazon. I thought it was UK exclusive because that's where I originally found it for pre-order, but it's not available on there. And what's it called? I just casually walked into GameStop the other day and found it, and it was $20, and I bought it. And it was the only copy they had. So I haven't seen it anywhere else. They didn't get another copy in since I bought it, because usually they restock stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I don't think all the stores are getting it. So
Got lucky then.
Yep. But yeah, that's about it, really.
Cool. So, in typical fashion, I've managed to screw up the order of our planning. So I'm gonna have to, skip on to our next section after what we've wasted money on, and we'll talk a little bit about Billz' channel. So I think we've got a couple of bits about I don't know, Joe, you're gonna have to take the lead on this one, man. Embargoes.
Yeah, so you ever have any trouble with like embargoes? I know we talked a little bit about it briefly. Like maybe this could be like you as a YouTuber getting out to more indie developers to kind of like maybe eliminate them a little bit, or maybe some of them are like a little bit like challenging, if that makes sense.
Yeah, sometimes embargoes, I don't know, they don't make sense. Like, for certain games, like, there's games that are already out. They've been out on PS4 and then out on Steam. And then they're coming out on Xbox, and they have these strict embargoes. It's like, really? People already know about this game, but alright. And then I've had weird situations where, like, there's embargoes for games that come out, like, there'll be an embargo for a game the embargo will be the release date at like 10 a.m. but the game will come out the day before at 8 p.m. I'm like, the gamer's already out, but I can't make a video when it comes out. That's weird. But,
yeah, so you gotta do the video and then like kind of like set it up to like go on YouTube at a specific time, right? Like a scheduled upload.
Yeah, exactly. And I like to put them out early because most people want to see the game early, but because when it comes out, you're sitting there and you're thinking about if you want to buy the game or not, and then I have to wait till the next day to put out the video.
Yeah, or especially if it's out for like another system too or whatever, and they're looking for guides and yours are getting overlooked because there's there's a trophy guide.
Yeah, and it's also as a competition with other YouTubers, trying to put out a guide, so it's like, we all have to wait, or I don't know, but it's a little tricky. The thing that I don't like is like sometimes there's these games that it would benefit, making either no embargo or having, 2 or 3 days before the game comes out, and they're small games, like people don't know about them, but they'll have these strict embargoes. It's like, I can put out a video and hype up your game. Why don't you,
It's like they've heard that that's what AAA guys are doing, so they're like, oh, we've got to do the same.
They heard the wrong thing, and they're just doing the wrong thing, in my opinion.
Yeah, a lot of these games are coming out on like Tuesdays here too, like when something big is coming out. So like maybe it would be beneficial for them to maybe let you post like a video on like a Sunday or a Monday where there's not much going on, rather than like a day where like a big AAA title comes out, like Battlefield or Call of Duty or something like that too.
Yeah, they like never take into account with retail games, I feel like.
I mean, it must get kind of frustrating for you when you've got that sort of balance then between, do you want to get the game with the embargo attached, or do you want to just wait and just get it at release?
Yeah, there's been games where like my friend will, I have other people that get games early too, so they'll tell me they got the game and they'll say, oh, the embargo's this day. I'm like, I'll just buy it because then I can just put it out as soon as it comes out.
Yeah, but I suppose you've got to balance that with how long it takes you to figure out all the achievements and get everything recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I got. It's better to play it early, of course.
Yeah, unless someone else can tell you how to do it all.
That would be nice
Like you,
too. I really need to eventually find someone else to work with me because it's like I'm playing all these games by myself, and some of them they're not really, like I don't like every genre. Like I try every genre because even though sometimes I'm like not a big fan of a genre, I'll play a game and I'll be like pleasantly surprised. I'm like, wow, I don't usually like this type of game, but this one is awesome.
Yeah.
But it'd be nice to have, someone else to help out.
Yeah, just give
No,
you a
I get
hand.
it.
Yeah, it gets a little overwhelming. There's so many ID games.
Well, they've made it so that loads of different people can make them now, haven't they? And get them
Yeah.
on there quite quickly. So
There's like 5 a week sometimes, like at least, even more. 5, 10. It's ridiculous.
it's gonna take a lot of your time.
I'm always busy. I don't know what bored means. Like I'm always busy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
what's up? What were you gonna say?
no, you go. You go.
Oh, okay. How many guides did you post on True Achievements last year?
Yeah, I was trying to find that article on True Achievements. I forgot how many exactly, but it was like
Were you the leader?
yeah, I was number one. I put and I was like the guy behind me was like 100 plus, like I had like 100 plus more than him. So it was like I had like 350 guys at least.
I
But
remember
to be fair, a lot of like games there'd be like easy achievements that I can just like keep writing my guides again, like the same thing, posting again, just posting videos and stuff. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, because what you do like a video, like a walkthrough for like 10 achievements or whatever, and you just post the same video over and over again, but it technically counts, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right. Is that so that it gets you more hits on a single video, or is that just because it's easier
It's just
to
so
make
people.
a video that
It's
way?
more for exposure because, like, say, like you're looking at a certain achievement, and then you go on there and you press that achievement, and you can see the guide. Just so the guides on each achievement.
Yeah.
But I
And,
usually write a guide for that specific achievement as well. I try to.
let me kind of segue into this then. Since you post them obviously on multiple achievements for like a specific game, any thoughts of true trophies, true Steam achievements?
I think I'm gonna start posting them on True Trophies as well. I mean, it'd be pretty dumb not to. And also, the owner of True Achievements, Rich, actually like messaged me and told me about it, saying that he made it easier with me in mind, so I can do it. So I think I should start doing it eventually. I mean, it'd be better for me too. I'd get more views on my videos, and it would help people. There's a lot more PlayStation players, but I don't know how many people use True Trophies as much as True Achievements.
I know.
I think
I think the number is significantly smaller. Hold
Yeah,
on.
that's how I feel.
Yeah.
that could just be because there isn't as many
no.
people
There's.
providing the content.
Hold on. I can look this up. There's 40,000 True Trophies members, just over 40,000, and True Achievements has. Hold on. True Achievements has 402,000 members. But
Wow.
like True Achievements got a big head start, and by the time True Trophies came out, like PSN Profiles was running shop, and that's actually a pretty good site too. Sometimes I go there for guides. I don't know if that'd be a place you'd be interested in signing up for, and
Yeah, that might be a
Posting
good
stuff.
idea.
but they have a pretty good they have how many gamers tracked on here? They have 268,000 members on that site, so might not be a
Chunk.
yeah, it's a pretty good chunk. And it's all, I mean, I assume a fair amount of those are people that you're not reaching because they're like, PlayStation's better, those people.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you might be able to get a pretty good reach there as well and grow your channel a little bit more.
What's the name of the site again?
PSNprofiles.com.
Yeah. The only issue I wonder if you have to like play the game to be able to post guides on there.
No, I don't think so because it's like a forum kind of thing.
Oh, cool. All right. I'll check it out.
See,
And
crazy business stuff going on here.
yeah, every once in a while when I can't find any information on a game, I go on xboxachievements.com's sister site. What is it, playstationtrophies.com, or is it PS Trophies, something like that? I go on there sometimes and I check. Their community is pretty helpful too. Like they write guides
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
the roadmaps, right?
Yeah, they're really good at getting like roadmaps done or whatever. And then the Xbox version of their site is just, like, I hate to say it, but it's like trash. Like, the community doesn't put in the work at all, and their community is actually pretty good at getting stuff done, or at least like helping each other. I don't know if it's just because there's more users, but I know like the Xbox site has been around longer.
Yeah, those
I
roadmaps are
think
pretty good. But yeah,
I've seen some pretty good stuff from like the Reddit and Steam groups as well. Like in terms of guides for stuff that just isn't on True Achievements.
oh yeah, I always use Steam guides all the time.
Yeah. So like there's a good example at the moment. So Fallout 76. There's I think it's either a Reddit or I think it's a Reddit post or something like that where people are collecting together all the nuke codes that you have to collect, because collecting those over the course of a week you might be able to do it, but you'd have to play quite a lot. But if you can, all these people combine, because the codes are universal, so if you find a piece of them, people are putting them together and then getting the nuke code so that they can launch nukes at things. Oh, that was quite cool. Nice little community page working so that everyone can throw nukes at everyone.
Ben, do you have any questions?
Nah, I'm good, man.
How long have you been doing Achievement Land?
I started in 2015, and I just like randomly just thought, I'm like, I want to make a website. I was just sitting at work, and I saw like for Wix, so I made a website on there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started emailing for games. Actually, it's pretty funny. I went through like so much. Like I started out like by myself, and then I started talking to a friend. I don't know if you guys know him, Smalleywood. And
Yep.
then me and him worked together with making Xbox Alive, and then I left that, and then me and another gamer, Manic Ado, we made the hidden levels, and then I worked with them for a while, and then
I love the hidden levels.
yeah, they're awesome.
Sangrias.
If you can hear, like, I still have a lot of guides up there's video guides up that are under the hidden levels, because I used to make videos for them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But then I just ended up going back and just doing it myself, because then I started making YouTube, and it was just getting too much to do, two different channels.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I just subscribed to you, by the way. I thought I had already done it. My bad.
Cool, thanks.
Gotta get them subs. Right. I'm gonna drag us on. I'm drag us ever onwards. So, games that we've been playing. It's been a while, so everyone but me will have a decent list of games that they've been playing recently. I mean, Billz, I imagine you've got a crazy list, but we'll talk. We can talk about some of either your favorites or the games that you've chosen to play instead of having to play.
Yeah, I've been lately. I've been trying to get a lot done. So I've been doing a lot of ACA games, getting those done. I went back and I finished Far Cry 3, and like I've just been trying to get a lot of easy games out of the way. But also, I just started Overwatch. Like my girlfriend wanted me to play that for so long, and I don't know, I didn't really want it to. 'Cause, like I know there's so much to it, and those stupid seasonal achievements, but she talked me into it, and I'm actually really glad that I did. I like it a lot, so I'm gonna start playing that a lot.
Is that still alive? Like majorly alive? That
Oh
game, or
yeah,
is it?
oh my god, it's like crazy. People love that game. People are obsessed with it.
died down a lot since it was, everywhere and everyone was playing it all the time. I'm quite impressed that it's managed to survive this long.
It's a really fun game. Like, I don't know why I was putting it off.
Well, it's Blizzard, isn't it? They are always successful with whatever they make. Sitting there on their mountain of gold.
I love those kind of shooters though, where there's all different types of, you have to like be a team, like Plants vs Zombies. You got to have your healers and stuff. Like, I think that's so cool.
I love Garden Warfare.
Me too. Like, that's why like I was so like inclined to play this game, because I was so I played Plants vs Zombies so much, and to me it feels so much like Plants vs Zombies. It's not two different types of teams, but it's still like that team based thing, being healers and shields. It's cool.
People who are good for taking out other people, but it's still, that's the thing though, it's still skill based.
Yeah.
So you still got to make the shot, get the aiming right, use the ability at the right time, not be stood in the death trap.
You gotta get your character you main with. People are so funny with that. Who you main with?
Everyone just plays that dude with the skull faceplate. I forget names. The die guy.
I see everybody talk about that with Smash Brothers too.
Yeah. Who you main with? Actually, that's funny. I forgot to mention when you guys were talking about buying games. I actually just bought myself a Switch, which is coming tomorrow.
That's pretty epic purchase.
Yeah.
Mike's got one of those.
I kind of forgot about that.
I'm very jealous because the Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu just keeps taunting me, just being like, this is one of the few games that you would really want to play on the Switch, but it looks so good. And I'm like,
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No.
What's not to like?
I mean, like, I like that it's, like, the original, like, game, like, like Red and Blue, like, it takes place in that, like, that setting, but I don't like the Pokemon Go mechanics in it or whatever. Like, it just doesn't, I don't like it.
You mean the circle around that you've got to throw the Pokeball in?
No, like, I mean, like, I wouldn't mind if I had to catch the Pokeball or whatever, but it's like, I remember, like, very specifically grinding out battles or whatever in order to rank up, not like, when you catch a Pokemon, you get XP or whatever, and when you win a battle, you get XP or whatever. It's just like, but you get XP for catching stuff, and, like, nothing, like, in order to get stuff with, like, good stats, you have to catch, like, 30 of the same Pokemon in a row. Or whatever. Yeah. Otherwise, it has ass stats. Like, that's annoying. And then, in order to get, like, a greater chance of a shiny hunting in that is way easier. Because you could get, like, 30... You have to catch, like, 30 in a row or something like that. And then just, like, kind of, like, fly around and, like, one of it will spawn. But, like, you have to be, like, hunting a very specific one for it to, like... So, in order to catch, like, a shiny, like, Moltres or something like that, you have to catch, like... To get a better chance, you have to catch, like, 30 Moltres in a row.
Right.
I don't like it. It looks great or whatever, like, when you're playing it and stuff like that. Like, the visuals are good and, like, they're definitely stepped up and stuff like that. But I don't like the core gameplay of it. I don't know. That's just me.
This upsets me a bit because I was just drawn in by the fact that you can have, all these first-gen Pokemon following you around while you're bopping
That's
around
cool.
the world.
No, I like that. It's just... I don't like the catching mechanic is cool too or whatever, but it's just like I don't like how you can't like really like battle wild ones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You gotta you level up your Pokemon by catching other Pokemon.
So basically, yeah, the same as the Pokemon Go mechanic then.
Yeah, kind of. And then like everything you caught is like accessible like right then and there. Like you don't have to go to like the computer or whatever or the PC. Which I guess is kind of convenient. You can just, like, switch it out right away.
Yeah, I was going to say, dude, that sounds like an improvement.
Yeah. I don't know. That's just me. Nick, what games did you get, though? My bad.
No, it's cool. I got, what I get? Oh, I got Smash Brothers and Mario Party.
Nice. That's some solid game options for your starting set, I feel.
Yeah, I bought the Switch before. I bought it for my girlfriend, and we kind of shared it. But I was like, you know what? I want to I just wanted to get my own, especially now like there's the new Minecraft achievements, and you actually have to have the online to get them. Like, you know, it's just becoming a hassle to share it with her. I'd rather
Yeah.
just get my own, and then we could play games together.
Ah.
I love Mario Party too. Like, I used to play that all the time on N64.
Yeah.
So I haven't
Tell
bought
you
that
what,
one
they
yet.
are they is right. Is Pokken Tournament trying to be Pokemon Stadium?
No.
So why has no one made Pokemon Stadium, which was wildly popular on the N64?
Pokken Tournament is kind of like Tekken,
Yeah,
but with
I've played
Pokemon.
it like briefly, but I just wondered if it had more depth to it than just slap the other Pokemon.
No, they're doing like a Gen 8 next year on the Switch, I believe. Or something. They're doing like a new RPG that's not
Okay.
like the Pokemon Let's Go.
Not like other Pokemons.
No, that is like them. Like that's like Red and Blue and Gold and Silver and stuff like that. That's what they're doing.
Right,
But they're doing a Gen
not,
8 one.
But they're doing it with or without the Pokemon Go mechanic.
No, it's going to be like the traditional game on the Switch.
Right, but is it going?
It's not going to have the Go mechanic.
But,
no, I don't think so.
But like modern gen graphics.
Yeah, I assume it's going to look like Let's Go, but it's not going to. It's going to be like, you know, like more traditional, like what we're used to. And then I'm sure they'll do like, you know, like a Let's Go for like each other gen as well.
Yeah.
So then they can kind of like chug those out because they make money.
I mean, that sounds cool. I can get on board with that. Problem is, I need to get a Switch first. I'll wait until it goes down again. Eventually. So.
There's a really long, awkward pause.
Yeah. So, that's what Billz has been playing? Yeah?
Yeah. Plus, also, I've been playing, working on a new game. I got Guacamelee 2.
Oh, I have that. I made the mistake of like letting someone else play that game before I played it, and then I just don't want to. I have this weird thing where I don't like deleting people's saves, but I don't want to play from where they got to.
It's really good though. The thing I really like about it too is it's Xbox Play Anywhere, so I can play it at home and then I can play it on my laptop at work too.
Yeah. I don't use that functionality very much. I really need to start like figuring out where I can use that.
Oh, I love Windows 10.
I mean, I've got
Play games on it all
I've
the
got
time.
Windows 10 all over the place. It's just all my systems suck.
Especially, I bought a laptop. Like I went to Best Buy and I bought a gaming laptop because I can keep it at work, and it's great because I can play like Forza Horizon 4 and Sea of Thieves and Crackdown. Like
Yeah.
it's great.
You know what? I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna say what I've been playing because I've alluded to some of it already, and I might as well just smack the list out. So, I got a Dirty Thousand playing Midnight Deluxe.
Nice.
Easy game, apart from one bit where I got proper stuck trying to bounce off a wall or something like that. I don't know. It's one of those games where you keep trying until eventually you get it right.
Yeah, one of those levels was kind of rough, like in the mid 30s.
Yeah, one of the one of the ones where you just instantly hit that saw blade almost every time.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure we got stuck on the same level.
Like 34, I think.
I can't remember the exact number, to be honest. I tried to blank it from my memory. I played that game at like 3 a.m. So I smashed that out, and then since November has basically been a nice little cycle for me of Fallout 76, Red Dead 2, and Battlefield V. Or 5, or whatever we want to call it. So...
Playing the big games.
Well, yeah, like they brought all these three out at the same time, and they're all different enough so that I can like cycle through them and not get bored. So, you know what the really annoying part though is? The one that got the worst review is the one that's drawing me in the most.
Fallout.
Yeah. I just something about going into that and collecting the weapons, getting up the levels, getting better weapons, and then getting recipes to craft stuff. It's because I like RPG games. That's what it is, isn't it?
I enjoyed it. What I played. I played it when it came out. I played just the first day. I haven't gone back, but I didn't. I didn't have a bad experience. I liked it. I just been so busy with other games.
It is quite fun, and seeing the huge battles that people get into when they've launched a nuke and the horrible like higher level monsters start turning up. It's pretty cool.
I want to go back to that game.
Yeah, I need to get much higher level though, because there's people rocking around who are like level 150 something, and yeah, they can kill stuff that I just can't even scratch.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Fallout 76 has been one of the main ones. I've been trying hard to get through the Red Dead storyline. Slowly making progress on that. I need to go on the online at some point, but my internet's so terrible at the moment. Just I don't want to do it to myself. I want to finish the storyline before I go online.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
And then Battlefield V, I slowly, I'm getting better at that, slowly. It's learning the weapons as ever and learning how to not crash the planes. Have you played that at all? Either of you? I know, Billz, you said you were looking at buying it.
Yeah, it's $30 right now. I almost bought it, but I don't know.
Joe, have you played it?
I don't even know if I opened it.
AAA game, yeah, it's cool. Just whatever.
I don't know. It's just like I get so much stuff, and like lately I've been coming home from work because I've been working a lot more because I got promoted at work. So I'm working like 55-ish hours a week, and I get home and there's like packages from Best Buy and Amazon, and I just kind of like throw it in a box, and I don't open the packages, and like every once in a while I'll find one that kind of like fell out onto the floor, and I'm like, oh, what is this? And it's like Mud Runner sprint tires or something like that.
I can't even begin to imagine what that's like. Not even opening the boxes. I can't do it. Every time I get one, it's like opening a present at Christmas.
Yeah, I used to open everything when I would get it, and just like I've been so lazy lately. Like with everything, I open it, like I take the plastic off, and I take the sticker and I throw it on the back of the case because that's just the thing I've done. Like, it's just like a habit from like when I worked at GameStop. Like I would take that Xbox sticker off and I would throw it on the back, and like you know how they do that thing or whatever where like they just cut it or whatever and they throw that terrible sticker on it. What I would do is I would peel that sticker off the back and then I would throw it back over, and then like we had a shrink wrap machine and I would re-shrink wrap it for the people or whatever, which is significantly like more appealing, like when you get a game and it's actually sealed. You know what I mean?
I get you. It makes it seem more valuable for some reason.
Yeah, and like, you know, especially like when parents are buying gifts for their kids or whatever, they don't want to give them something that's open.
No. I know what you mean. I have my own set procedure for removing the seals. So, drag my thumb down the middle of it so that it breaks in half, then take each half and then use that to tie up.
Yeah, yours are different.
Yeah. Ours are just...
Yours your labels have like a crease in the middle where you just like split them right in half. Ours don't, because like I used to be like really like OCD about that or whatever. Like when I would get those, and like I'd get like import a game from like the UK or from like France or something like that, and then I'd try to take that sticker off and it'd rip in half, and I'd be like, "Fuck!"
Yeah, you're never taking that thing off without messing it up. It's designed to just fall apart in the most infuriating way ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you get it down to a fine art of taking them off quickly and then finding some way to get the stickers off your hands because it gets stuck to your fingers and you're just like, no. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I've been that's what I've been playing. I've just been cycling through those ones. Joe, you're next on the list, dude. Go. Well, no, wait. I forgot one thing. I've gone back to Gems of War, which is a terrible, terrible thing. I was trying to avoid thinking about it because I shouldn't have. That game is gonna sap hours and hours of my life. We talk about gem games where I throw hours down the toilet, and that is a large culprit.
I just
I
did the
throw
same thing. I just went back to it
I
too.
I throw other things down the toilet.
All I got then in my head was an image. Have you seen that Simpsons episode where Bart flushes everything?
Yes.
That's all I got an image of then when you were like, I throw other things down the toilet.
Is it my turn?
Yeah,
Can I
sure.
go? All right. Well, I'm gonna start off with some shameless promotion, but I got Planet Rix from Indie Gamer Chick for Indie Xmas.
Nice.
If you guys don't follow her, I was not asked to do this at all, but she gives out indie games all the time, and all you're asked to do is like tweet a hashtag to like spread awareness for like certain indie games, because a lot of times it's kind of difficult for them to get some like any kind of promotion because they have really small budgets and stuff like that. So what she does is a really good thing, especially like if you're gaming on a budget and stuff like that. She can. I don't participate that often, but because I like to support developers, but like I totally caved in on this one because I got to play it early and it was like 25 minutes long to 1,000.
That's
Is that about right?
Yep.
that's tempting.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I kind of caved in on that one, which I don't do often. But yeah, she's really cool. Like what she does for the community and stuff like that, like the indie gaming community and like for indie developers and stuff like that. And she has a website where she reviews games and
Yeah.
stuff. She's really nice. But like if you don't follow her rules or whatever, she gets a little sassy.
How do you know this? Is
And
this that
that's,
you've seen other people have not followed her rules, or have you been sassed?
Oh, I have not been sassed because I followed the rules. One time I accidentally requested a game that I already had and I gave it back to her and she was really cool about it. And I feel like she didn't have to be, but like if you don't redeem the code in time or you don't write the review and then you ask for another one, this is very friendly of me to say, but she gets sassy.
Rightfully
Like,
so though.
yeah, no, like, no, she goes hard and she doesn't care. But, like, I mean, if you do what you're supposed to or whatever, she's very friendly. She's very nice.
Don't piss
I mean,
her
like,
off,
as long
then.
as yeah, no, don't piss her off. It's not hard to do or whatever. Redeem the code that she gives you right away and play it within, like, what'd she give you, like, 2 or 3 days to play it? And, like, write a tweet about it?
It's not
I
asking
could just
to.
imagine the shit she deals with.
Yeah, oh yeah, no. Because it's a bunch of freeloaders asking for shit.
And then not
For the most
doing
part.
the bare minimum she asks. Yeah.
Yeah. She doesn't ask for much.
No.
But yeah, I played that. The game was only about 25 minutes to 1,000. It took me 50 because I'm an idiot. And yeah, no, I didn't read the guide or whatever for it, so like I had to do 2 playthroughs like a moron.
Same.
I guess you could quit out, but like the game's not long enough anyways. And I was trying to do like there was a Steam guide for it, and I didn't realize it until like I was like 3/4 of the way through the first playthrough. So I was like trying to do everything myself. I didn't even think to look.
I had that. You know, was it you that warned me about Boss 101? Was it Mike?
I think I gave you
I
a
think
code
you
for
did,
that,
yeah.
didn't I?
And basically, you know, you told me to watch out for it was one of the pets, isn't it, or something like that. You have to.
Yeah.
So I think I managed to get all of the. So I spent my first 20 minutes playing that game in fear for missing out on achievement.
Yeah.
Didn't miss anything, but I got to the end and there was one pet I was missing, and I had to just grind levels. So I found a guide that was someone had made saying, you know, which levels had which pets appear on them, and I just ground out some of those levels. But that was a rough time.
The game's not that bad. It's a lot of fun.
It's fun once you've got established. Those first couple of times you try and take down a boss and they just fuck you.
Yeah.
I was just like, how am I supposed to do anything about that? And then you realise that you're supposed to generate one until it gets, until it matches what you've got a strength against.
Yeah. Have they done anything recently? I know that they were like kind of like on hard times because they weren't selling any games because they kept giving them away.
Yeah, you imagine that's the balance that most of these indie guys have to strike, isn't it? That they have to give some away to get publicity, but not too many that they don't sell any.
Bro, if you did a tweet or whatever, they're like, "Oh yeah, we're giving away 50 copies or whatever," and then they get like 46 retweets, and they're like, "Oh, let's do it again." Like that was them.
So like gets the.
And then they released it. And then they released like a second game or whatever, and then they're like, "Oh, because of this one's popularity or whatever, where we made no sales because we gave everything away or whatever, we're gonna do our exact same business model where we give the game away and then we don't make any money."
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was so weird.
Suppose they're building their CVs.
Yeah, I guess so, but I mean, like if you're trying to make money, I mean, we're the people that are gonna play it. Like, give it to some of us and let us talk about it. I mean, I don't know how many people are going out of their way and buying Boss 101 or whatever that aren't in the achievement and or trophy community, but I mean, they were giving that game out like it's hotcakes. I had a bunch of codes for it too, and they all deactivated.
Whoops. Oh well. But yeah, so Joe, is that you done with talking about what you've been playing?
No. I played some Neo Geo games, which I think I play every week, and I got my enjoyment game right now, which is Batman Arkham Knight.
That's the most recent one? Yes.
Yes.
There is an achievement on that. There's one achievement that I don't have on that, I think. Yeah, one. And it's for that. You got to do all those challenges, but you know the one where you've got to get like. You've got to use like 12 different combo finishes in one combo or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that hurt me. That hurt me a lot not getting that.
Yeah, that's my that's my like keep me sane game right now.
Yeah.
I've been trying to use one of those because like I'm working so much or whatever. I don't want to grind through a bunch of games that I don't like. Yeah. So.
It's a fun game though.
That's the one that I picked. Oh yeah.
I'll tell you what. It's kind of fun that the Batman franchise has kept a lot of the, the main story characters and the way that they connect to each other. They kept them sort of fairly canon across all their different films and games and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm quite impressed with a lot of the ways that they've kept this,
Don't spoil the game for me. I have not played. This is my first time playing.
I won't spoil anything. I'm just,
Okay.
As far as I can tell, anyway. Being a fairly uneducated Batman nerd. Okay. But yeah, so Batman Arkham Knight's your keep saying game. Is there anything else, or are you done with your list of craziness for the week?
No, can I take over though?
Of course.
Milestones.
Ooh.
Billz, you hit a milestone recently.
A little one.
Yeah, just a little one.
Nothing
Why don't
crazy.
you share it with us?
Yep, I hit the big one. I hit 1 million gamer score.
Whoop whoop.
A long time coming. Feels good to finally get it done. I feel like so accomplished. I can just relax.
Joining the club.
Yeah.
You got a million too?
Come on, behave.
Well, I know Joe's almost there.
Joe is a
Yeah, I should be there. I have been working too much. Like I was putting up like 10 to like 15K a month or whatever, and then like my boss sold our or his like businesses to like a much bigger owner, and all I've been doing is working, and then I get home and I'm like, no, let me get an achievement to keep up my like 5-ish year streak or whatever, and then like let me sit on this couch like a piece of shit. That's what I do now.
Watch them Netflix shows.
You'll get. With
No, I
all
don't
these
even watch
easy
Netflix.
games.
And then I sit on my Surface tablet and like I play the Pokemon TCG because that's what I enjoy now.
Nice.
I bought a tablet like solely to play that or whatever because like I would play it on my desktop, and like my laptop is kind of old, so like the window or whatever doesn't like fit properly. Like it's weird. Like the part of the screen gets cut off for it, and I have no idea how to fix it. So I bought a tablet so I can play it like while I'm in bed or on the couch or whatever, just kind of like relax, and I don't have to sit at my overly expensive
I
desktop.
do not understand why they've made it available for laptops, for PCs, for tablets, but not for the phone.
Bro, that game would be so hard to play on like a phone or whatever, especially if you have like a like like an iPhone 5, like a standard
Dude, I
size
can
one.
play that on my phone easy.
What phone do you have?
S8, Galaxy S8.
Is it the Plus?
No, it's just the S8, man. I could play that game on my phone.
Oh.
I could do that.
I don't know. I mean, like to zoom in on the cards or whatever, you gotta like double tap with your fingers on like on the touch screens. So I can see that kind of being a pain in the ass. Like when you have like a card in your hand and it's like all the way at the bottom, and you have to double tap it, and you can't really like double tap it because like the card is the size of your fucking sausage finger.
That's true. I do got sausage fingers.
Do you?
They're pretty round. Not good for typing quickly on things, but I would make it work one way or another. Or you could just have it like the UI, so that you have to tap things to make them come bigger, like certain areas of the screen.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just want to be able to play it when I'm not sat there in front of a computer. I need a tablet.
I feel you.
Let's face it, the answer.
You're hooked on it.
Yeah,
It's
is
my
your
fault.
God damn you.
Billz, you want to play, bro? I'll buy you a deck so you can start.
This is how it begins, Billz.
I buy you something to get you started, and then
What game is it?
the Pokemon TCG.
Nah, I'm not into Pokemon anymore.
Everyone's always into Pokemon. Come on.
Yeah, you just go through go through phases.
You pretend that you're not.
I was big into when Pokemon Red came out. I was so into it. I had every single Pokemon. Like I even had I had Mew. Like yeah, the one that was like so rare to get. And then somebody stole my freaking game, and I was like, I'm done with this.
That's heartbreaking. I might have killed someone if I found out they'd stolen my Pokemon game back then.
I was the worst. And then the thing that ruined Pokemon for me was just like, I really liked at the beginning it was like 151. Like you knew all the Pokemon, it was all familiar. And then it was like out of nowhere, they're like, here's 400 more, and I'm like, okay, that's too much.
I think my problem was more that the Pokemon quality, like the quality of how long they'd spent designing them, was steeply.
Yeah,
downhill.
that's it. Like there were so many more, and like all of them were like they weren't even trying.
What's this? Is it Mimic or Mimikyu? That's it, Mimikyu now. That's some.
Yo, Mimikyu has a dark backstory. Do you know anything about that? Oh, Mimikyu's backstory is like, it's like a ghost or whatever, but it wants to be loved, but I guess it's like hideous or something like that, so it dresses up as a Pikachu, so it's like, because it wants to be loved.
Right.
That's its whole thing.
That's their excuse for making a Pokemon that looks like a retarded Pikachu, is it?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of Pikachu clones, like Dedenne and stuff like that, Plusle and Minun.
Yeah, it's infuriating when you're used to the badassery that is, Abracadabra and Alakazam.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Gen 2, they got away with it. Gen 3 and 4 onwards, they lost me.
Gen 3's not that bad. There was like one where they were just like, I feel like they were just like looking around the office or whatever, and it's like, ice cream cone. Let's do that.
Paperclip.
There's there's one there's when I went to when I went to New York City, I went to the Nintendo store, and they have like a whole bunch of stuffed animals, and I don't remember if it's Trubbish or Garbodor, which is literally a garbage Pokemon. Like, it's actual garbage.
Wow.
It's actual garbage or whatever. They had like a stuffed animal of it or whatever, and its mouth looked like a butthole, like on the stuffed animal. No, I'm not even kidding. Like, I'm so serious. Its mouth or whatever on the stuffed animal legitimately looked like a butthole. I took a picture of it or whatever, and I sent it to like my buddy in like Facebook chat or whatever, and I'm like, bruh, why does this thing have a butthole for a mouth?
Excellent.
But yeah,
so we've got always maintaining the high class conversation on Whew. Right. So yeah, let us know what you guys think about your Pokemon generations. What point did they kill it, or is it just getting better and better? Oh, that's tickled me. That's good. I enjoyed that one.
Are you crying?
A little bit crying. Right. So, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna get us to wrap it up before we're 3 hours worth of podcast, because I could talk to you guys forever, but things need.
About buttholes?
Yeah, well, probably. I know what you're like. I know what you like. But yeah.
Don't worry, Joe will send you that picture later.
I have no doubt about this.
I'm not scrolling through 2 months of Facebook chat with my buddy Matt where I talk to him every day about nothing.
Ah.
He says that he'll just send me a picture of a butthole later.
No, I do not do that.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Mike.
Right. So, Billz, where can people find you? Where do they want to search you? Where can they tweet at you?
Well, you can just hit me up on Xbox. My gamer tag is Billz. Billz. Well, it's hard to spell, but I'm on True Achievements. You can find me on my YouTube. I have a personal YouTube, Billz, and I also have Achievement Land. So you guys can check me out on there, and on Twitter at Billz and at Achievement Land.
All the handles. So for Entirely X, you can hit us up as @entirely_X. Joe, do you remember the Instagram? Because to be honest, I never remembered that. That was always Mike and Tyler's job. I will learn it for the next episode.
Hold on. Let me search it up. It's entirely X _
There we
podcast.
go. The shorter one than the 5_ that we had before. So yeah, you can hit us up on that. I think we get stuff up on YouTube every now and again. But yeah, it's good to be back, and thank you very much for coming on, Billz. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Alright guys, see you in a bit.